This video presents the state-of-the-art in what's referred to as smart agriculture. In it, you'll see the latest in natural methods used to produce nitrogen from the air. Using plasma energy to generate nitrogen from the air is seen as an inexpensive replacement for conventional nitrogen fertilizer. Welcome to our presentation on eCells. We are excited to share this breakthrough in natural renewable energy. eCells applications have the potential to change so many industries, including agriculture, medicine, pest control, and many others. Cold atmospheric plasma energy represents a major breakthrough in what's referred to as smart agriculture and plasma medicine. Nitrogen fixation occurs when lightning discharges break air molecules down into reactive oxygen and reactive nitrogen species. Research has shown that nitrogen fixation from air can be as much as 5 times more efficient than conventional nitrogen fixation methods. Reaching temperatures of thousands of degrees, lightning creates plasma energy by discharging electric energy through an inert gas. This natural process breaks air molecules apart into oxygen and nitrogen. This forms nitrogen oxides that are used by plants and animals. eCells also create plasma on a smaller scale by continuously discharging bolts of static electricity from energy harvested from surrounding electromagnetic fields. Researchers from Stanford University have developed a process for combining solar energy with high-voltage plasma jets to create what they call Nitricity, where Nitricity uses solar arrays to generate the required electricity for renewable on-site nitrogen fertilizer production. eCells use cell phone energy for on-site nitrogen fixation.
When you see a lightning storm pass through an area, the next day you'll notice that the plants will be really green. And that's because lightning breaks down the nitrogen in the air and rainwater brings it to the soil as nitrate. This is natural fertilizer. Nitricity has figured out a way to artificially make our own lightning to create the cleanest, most efficient, the least carbon-reliant fertilizer on Earth. This is revolutionary technology. We could only support about a third of our current global population without the synthetic production of nitrogen fertilizer. As a species, we need this to live. The problem is, the way we make it now is really bad for the environment. Conventional fertilizers contribute to climate change through all steps. These fertilizers are produced hundreds or thousands of miles away from the farmers that need it in a process that uses coal or natural gas. For every 1 pound of fertilizer put into the soil today, as many as 8 pounds of carbon dioxide equivalent emissions are released into the sky. And the big kicker is that the fertilizers getting to farms are not those that are best for farmers in their fields. They're strongly optimized instead for factories and freight. Nitricity produces fertilizer fundamentally differently than has ever been done before. We use just air, water, and renewable electricity. We're installing an extension to an irrigation pump in a shipping container, and in that container it takes electricity from an adjacent solar array, containerizes lightning, and we use that to produce fixed nitrogen in solution with water, and then inject it into existing irrigation systems. With our lightning fertilizer, a tiny fraction of a pound of carbon dioxide equivalent emissions is all that's left. We profoundly decarbonize the process. We care about working with farmers. We enjoy being on farms and developing something that produces fertilizer where it is needed, and in the forms and the type that is needed, and discovering what that may be for each farmer we work with.
eCells harvest electromagnetic energy from sources all around us, including cell phones and cell towers, electrical equipment and power lines, the human heart, and the Earth's magnetic field. eCells use electromagnetic energy to generate plasma energy. Cell phone towers provide eCells with electromagnetic energy necessary to create cold atmospheric plasma. Commercially, cold atmospheric plasma is generated through the use of both high-voltage plasma jets and low-voltage electrostatic discharges. Both processes discharge electrons through an inert gas at temperatures between 12,000 degrees and 20,000 degrees Fahrenheit. How big are eCells anyway? More than 5,000 eCells can fit across the diameter of a human hair. Packing eCells together inside larger particles creates plasma bed reactors that provide the continuous source of energy. The secret to harvesting electromagnetic energy are nano-sized metal whiskers that grow on the surfaces of certain metal molecules. eCells create cold atmospheric plasma by encapsulating metal whiskers and aromatic essential oils inside polymer encapsulated nano-sized particles. The polymer shell harvests electromagnetic energy from the surrounding environment, and the tips of each of the metal whiskers inside the eCells generate the cold atmospheric plasma. Plasma balls provide an excellent demonstration of how eCells work. eCells are simply miniature-sized plasma balls that generate plasma using low-voltage energy when discharged through an inert gas. Where plasma balls use Tesla coils as their source of free electrons, eCells use metal whiskers and natural aromatic essential oils to harvest electromagnetic energy and discharging its electrons onto the polymer shell. This creates plasma energy. When metal wires are placed into electromagnetic fields, their tips generate what's known as a corona discharge. This also happens when metal whiskers are placed into a pulsed electromagnetic field. The corona discharge releases free electrons from the tip of each metal whisker. eCells capture these free electrons and use them to generate cold atmospheric plasma. Examples of different size plasma generators include lightning on a megascale, plasma globes on a macro scale, and eCells on a microscale. Different sizes, but the same result. Magnets are an excellent way of demonstrating electromagnetic energy. This is the energy you feel when the like poles of different magnets are forced together. This is the same energy that occurs when charged eCells are packed together. They create dielectric barrier discharges and cold atmospheric plasma from between charged particles. eCells provide a constant source of energy from electromagnetic energy harvested from the surrounding environment. Cold atmospheric plasma is generated from electrostatic discharges between eCell particles. Surrounded by a ground plane, the electrical discharges that occur are referred to as dielectric barrier discharges or DBD. Each water molecule that come into contact with a charged eCell generates 20 to 30 molecules of plasma-activated water. Packets of ion energizer granules placed inside water filter housings convert plain tap water, shown here, mounted on 4-inch and 6-inch diameter wells, into plasma ionized water on the fly. 10-day germination rate tests were run on corn seeds watered with agricultural plasma-activated water containing zinc, aluminum, and magnesium ions. These same metal whiskers used to create eCell plasma ion-activated water. DBD eCell reactions generate microshocks and plasma ionized, activated water from energy harvested from electromagnetic fields all around us. DBD reactions in water create plasma activated water, and in air they create microshocks. Application for eCells. Microshock natural pest deterrents. Electromagnetic fields, also known as EMF, are a fact of life for power companies throughout the world. This video describes how this renewable source of natural energy is used to generate microshocks that stop wood decay, extend the life of wood poles, and for natural insect and animal mitigation. Microshock Sniff and Stop has been used for more than 35 years to deter a wide variety of pests. A variety of pests are deterred by microshocks that are magnetically drawn to them. Pests, including small rodents and insects like mosquitoes, bees, wasps, ticks, squirrels, mice, rats, snakes, and many more, don't like to get shocked. Application for eCells. Stopping wood decay and termites. Patented eCells have been used effectively to stop wood decay and termites in wooden power poles for more than 35 years. eCells are the next generation of natural renewable energy.